Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Peteytown Piranhas College Football 26 Team Builder Dynasty. In this episode, we are going to be taking on Rice, a ranked opponent in North Carolina, and University of Texas San Antonio. So I'm not really pleased with how the offense has been performing the last few games. Seems like we're just stalling at different times, and I just wanted to shake things up, make some changes. I'm going to keep Peteytown at quarterback for now, just to give him another chance. But I did switch up on third down. I want Manu Ochi out there, because he's shown some ability to make plays in space, and I just want to give him a chance there. And Greg Hayes will still serve as power back in those situations, but just wanted to shake things up, see if that leads to anything. For recruiting, we continue to fall a little behind on Nathan Rhodes, but we have a visit with him coming up in our following game after this one against North Carolina, and since they're ranked, they are going to give us quite the boost for him if we can manage to win that game, and we've got him on some complimentary visits as well, so hoping that can help us with Nathan. Another tight battle here is with Pat Missouri, so he's one of those other players that we're going to have on that visit for North Carolina. Unfortunately, it's not looking good for Stephen Dunbar, as that playing style has just bugged us for a few weeks now, so Pitt has really started to take control of that one. Fortunately, our visit for D'Angelo Sandy worked out very well, as we pulled ahead of Alabama for him, and now we're just hoping and praying that we can hold him off on them. And Terrence Rooks has also really been bitten hard by that play style deal breaker, so really looks like Minnesota and Penn State are neck and neck for that one, but we still are, if we can manage to stay in the top three going forward and maybe raise the playing style a little bit, might give us the slight chance, but I don't really give us a big chance for him. A couple of guys we did find with some extra points is these two wide receivers. You got Dwayne Mentor, and he's looks really intriguing with that gem, and he's got not the flashiest athleticism, but he's got good route running, and he's got some abilities for cutter and layout, so want to see if we can get him. On the other side of things, you got Nick Rabe, who is very athletic, and he could really change our offense with his athleticism and just his do-it-all play, so really would like to get him in the building. Now it's time to travel to Rice and take on the 1-5 Owls with their 67 overall, and I also made some changes in the game plan on our playbook, so look to see how those changes affect us and if they can improve anything. On their first possession, Rice is on a 3rd down and 3. They're going to go with a run here, and they're going to go up the middle, and Anthony Kaufman meets him, but he's going to get the first down. Play action for Rice over the middle, and they're going to get it by our linebackers and get it into our territory. Read option, and we're going to bring him down behind the line thanks to Charles Hardy. Here's some pressure on Rice, and we're going to get back there for the sack. Nice job by Jake Arkin, just hustling to the quarterback to bring him down. Jake Arkin really backs him up as it's 3rd down and 24 for Rice. They're going to go with the pump fake, and he is going to let it go as he gets hit, and they knock it away. So nice job by the defense. Handoff for Manu Ochi, and he's going to get around the edge and get us the first down. After the first down, we're on a 3rd down and 9 on the 41-yard line. Pito is going to drop back. He's going to find some pressure, and they're going to bring him down for the sack and force us off the field. Here comes Rice, and he is rocked behind the line by Jordan Crawford. Drop back here for Rice, and he's going to get crunched down by Jake Arkin and Charles Hardy, and they're going to put him on a 3rd down and long once again. 3rd down and 21 here for the Rice Owls. They're just going to go with a read option with their quarterback, and he breaks a tackle, but nothing doing after that. Offense gets another opportunity here with good field position. Pito's going to drop back to throw, and he will throw it short to Connor Hodge, who takes it for a 9-yard gain. 2nd and inches for the Piranhas. It's going to be a handoff off the RPO, and Evan Uzama gets enough for the first down. Here's a quick toss from Peteytown, and we're going to get a 9-yard gain once again. 3rd and inches for the Piranhas here. And Peteytown is going to drop back to throw, and it's going to be a quick one, and it's a little diving possession catch for Sharon White Jr. 3rd down and 3 for the Piranhas just outside their red zone. Petey's going to drop back, throw it over the middle, and we got Manu Ochi, and he is sprinting, and he is going to get us into the end zone. So Manu Ochi making an impact early after the switch to his new 3rd down back roll, and the Peteytown Piranhas are going to get into the end zone to take the early 7-0 lead.
Let's see what he can do with the return.
And Rice is going to break a tackle on the kick return, and their man is sprinting away from us, and they are going to respond immediately after our touchdown with a special teams touchdown of their own. He just busted out of there like a bolt of lightning after the broken tackle, and Rice is going to tie it up. Offense is back on the field immediately after that kickoff return touchdown, and we're going to start with a handoff for Evan Uzama, and he's going to find a lane to run through for a nice gain almost to the 50-yard line. Here's an RPO, and it's going to be a nice little slant out of the RPO to get us a nice gain with James Bickley. Evan Uzama on a little orbit motion, and we're going to hit Alex Payne over the middle of the field for a nice gain. Oh, that's Kyrie Toon, excuse me. Motion here, and Petey's going to hit it over the middle of the field for Sharon White Jr. on the 1st down. We're on a 3rd down and 6 here, little motion. Petey is going to drop back, and he is going to scramble and hit our man into the end zone is Connor Hodge. So nice job by Petey keeping the play alive with his legs, and he finds our man Connor Hodge for his 1st touchdown of the season. So a nice stop on defense is going to put our offense in a nice position, especially after a nice punt return. And we are going to get a contested catch there by Manu Ochi, and he is going to break away for his 2nd touchdown of the game. So Manu Ochi really making a great impact on this game today, and we are going to go up 21-7 on Rice. Rice dropping back again, and the pressure's getting in, and it's going to get him down again as Byron Leon gets into the backfield for another sack to our tally. Backed up into the danger zone now after that Byron Leon sack, and they're just going to run it out of there. And they have a little space, but we bring them down. After the defensive stand, the Piranhas are on 3rd down and 6 from the 50-yard line. Petey is dropping back. He's going to fire, and he did not see the man underneath there. And Rice has an opportunity now to bring this one back, and they are going to not do that as Evan Uzama brings him down just inside the 5-yard line. So Petey thought he had a guy open in the middle, but he did not see the man underneath, and he made a great play to get that ball. Defense in a precarious position here as they're going to go with a run that is stuffed up the middle nicely by Jordan Robinson. Here's a pass play for Rice, and we're going to get into the backfield as Charles Hardy brings him down. 3rd down and goal now. Rice is moving backwards, back from where that interception return got him to. They're going to go with another pass. We're going to bring a blitz, and it's going to work out beautifully as George Emmanuel came in like a heat-seeking missile to bring down their quarterback. They're going to put up a 34-yard field goal attempt now, and the kick is up. And it is good. So after that interception, our defense is able to hold them, and Rice manages just a field goal on that one. So it's going to be 21-10. Opportunity for redemption here for Peteytown and the offense, and it's going to be a little RPO slant that's caught by Connor Hodge. Spreading them out wide here on 2nd down and 1. We're going to go with the handoff, and it's going to be Manu Ochi making the nice run. They just opened up the lane for him, and he took advantage of it. 3rd down and 10 now for the Piranhas. Petey's going to drop back, and he is going to fire over the middle, and it's Evan Uzama making the nice catch in between 2 defenders for the 1st down. Handoff up the middle now for Evan, and he just explodes through the wide open hole, and he's going to get it into their territory. Petey's going to look, and their guy just got in very quickly for the sack, their 2nd sack of the game, so just disrupting our offense there. That sack puts us on a 3rd down and 10 as Petey is looking, and he's going to toss one, and it is going to be caught on a jump ball. What a play there by Alex Payne. That clutch jump ball from Alex Payne is going to give us new life inside their red zone as Peteytown is going to toss it over the middle to Manu Ochi once again, and he gets us a nice chunk of yards. First and goal here for the Piranhas now. We're close in this shotgun formation. Pito is going to look and fire, and it's going to be Connor Hodge, and he breaks away a little bit, but they bring him down before he can get into the end zone. Third and goal, looking to end the first half with an exclamation point on offense. They're bringing a big blitz, and it's going to be floated into the perfect spot for Alex Payne to make the catch. Pita just read it beautifully and floated it out there for our tight end to bring it in, and the Peteytown Piranhas are going to go up 28-10. See if Rice can do anything here to end the first half. They are going to launch it, and it's going to be caught for a 9-yard gain. Their quarterback is going to throw it over the middle, and Anthony Kaufman was lurking him there, and he's going to get the interception, and the Peteytown Piranhas are going to get a chance to add even more to this lead. Just great coverage there by our Mike linebacker, but of course we know he's so good in zone coverage. Here come the Piranhas out of the empty formation, and it's going to be caught nicely there. And we're going to get the first down. Double stack here for the Piranhas. We're just going to go with a run with Evan Uzama that they were not expecting, and it's going to get us a big chunk play inside their red zone. A couple throwaways from Peteytown have us on 3rd down and 10 with 13 seconds left and no timeouts. Pito is looking, and he's just going to fire this one out and preserve it so that we can get the field goal attempt. Petey Boy is going to come out here for a field goal attempt. It should be pretty easy. Oh, I said Petey Boy. Manuel Amador. He's going to put it in. I'm just thinking about our former kicker now. But Manuel Amador is looking to make a name for himself with a nice field goal kick there. And we're going to go up 31-10. Rice starts the second half with a stop on our offense, so they're here on offense now for their first possession, and the first play is going to be a sack for Charles Hardy, our 6th sack of the game, and that is going to put him behind the sticks. Here's a little screen for Rice now, and we are going to not bring him down. He makes a nice spin move to get 9 yards. 3rd down and 8 here for the Owls. They are going to go with the pass. We bring some pressure, and the pressure is going to get home as we overwhelm them, and Jake Arkin is the one who finishes it off to force them off the field. And a little RPO. Nice job by Peteytown pulling that ball and firing the slant. Peteytown is looking, and he's got our man over the middle. That's Marcus Harris, and he's going to get the first down. Firing it quickly, another slant, and it's going to be Connor Hodge again for a first down. Some pressure, but we pick it up okay, but eventually Rice is going to get into the backfield again, and we just had a little bit of seconds to get the pass out, but nobody could get open, and Pito could not get rid of the ball. That sack forces us to look at a 3rd down and 15. Pito is going to send our man in motion a little bit, and he's going to look and see what he's got. He's going to fire a deep ball, see what he can get, and it's going to be knocked away nicely by their DB. This will be a 51-yard attempt for Manuel Amador. He's going to send it and put it through, so nice kick by our boy there. And we are going to go up 34-10. Rice is looking, and the pressure is there, and that Piranha pass rush is back in full force in this game as Charles Hardy is going to get the sack. There's a run to the outside, and it's going nowhere as Jordan Crawford swallows him up. 3rd and 21 here for Rice. They're going to try a pass, see if they can get it off, and they do, and their man is running around away from our defenders, and he gets it all the way almost to the first down, but he is just short. And it's going to be a nice slant out there to Connor Hodge, and he's going to get the first down. Alex Payne in motion. And it's going to be a deep ball, and we split the seams there nicely as Peteytown throws a strike to our man, Sharon White Jr. Here's a little option, and Evan Uzama is going to keep it off the Wildcat formation for the first down. And it's going to be a pass over to Alex Payne, and he's going to get around the edge, and he is going to get it into the end zone for the Peteytown Piranhas, and he's going to salute the crowd as we are going to leave this one be and let it sim to the end of the game after a very nice performance by the team. So in that fourth quarter, we added another touchdown, and they tacked on a field goal, and we finished off a 48-13 victory over Rice. Just very happy with how the game played out today. Our offense looked very good after some adjustments and moving some players around, so very happy that we responded to the changes very well. Let's check out these stats against Rice. We had 460 yards of offense while they could only muster up 61 total, which is just amazing. We had 93 yards rushing, and they had negative 42, which is absolutely unbelievable. We had 367 passing yards while they only had 103, and we were 9 of 15 on third down while they were 1 for 10, and each team had a turnover in this one. Peta played very well today, just distributing the ball to all our different weapons, and he had 335 yards, 5 touchdowns, and that one interception that was unfortunate, and he was sacked 4 times. And I'd like to point out David Alote coming in for 32 yards and a touchdown with the backups. Evan Uzama had a nice day with 9 carries and 81 yards. Manu Ochi was our leading receiver with 3 catches, 69 yards, nice, and 2 touchdowns. Sharon White Jr. had 6 for 66, while Connor Hodge had 8 for 62 and a touchdown. Alex Payne had 7 for 48 and 2 touchdowns. And then we're going to scroll down here for Justice Vandermeide getting his first touchdown catch of his career. It was a short 2-yard one. For defense, we had 3 guys at the top of the tackle board with Charles Hardy, Jordan Crawford, and Eric Gooden each getting 5 tackles. And you also have to add that all of Charles Hardy's tackles were behind the line, while Jordan Crawford got 3 TFLs. Sacks, Charles Hardy had 3, and he was just everywhere in this game, while Jake Arkin had 2.5, George Emanuel and Peter Glenn and Garrison Temple and Byron Leon had a sack each, and Jordan Crawford had half a sack. And we all saw that very nice interception from Anthony Kaufman. Manuel Amador and definitely not Petey Boy hit both of his field goals today with a long of 51. After that game, we got our commitment from 4-star gem halfback Theo Storm. In other recruiting news, Nathan Rhodes is really falling behind now on Georgia, so we really need to beat North Carolina and do it in convincing fashion if we have any shot at him. Calvin Session is also close to committing, so we really want this to go well against North Carolina and to help him boost up the other guys along with him on a visit. Pat Missouri is another guy who could benefit from a win against North Carolina, so you really see the building importance of this game now. And I think officially I'm going to give up on Stephen Dunbar. It was a big long shot, but the other teams are just too far ahead and we are not going to make up that playing style, so we're just going to have to take him off. We're in a recruiting battle for D'Angelo Sandy with Alabama, and after getting a boost for him, it's just not looking good for him, so it's a good thing we put some points on those other receivers on our board. I think I'm also going to have to give up on Terrence Rooks as the playing style is just steadily improving, but not enough where we can put points on him, and it's just a little too late in the game for him. Also in recruiting, we're in very good shape for this 5-star athlete thumper Carlos Sexton, as nobody else is really going after him. And then those receivers I mentioned, Dwayne Mentor and Nick Rave, have jumped into first place for us. Then we're looking at some intriguing defensive tackles. Here's Danny Gage, and he's a speed rusher, and we're trying to convince him to take this hard sell instead of this one, because obviously you can see this one has the better grades. And we're also looking at this gem Donald Swope, a defensive tackle, and we're behind USC and UCLA for him. He's from California, so that might be a little difficult. but we were able to figure out his hard sell, even given that limited information there. And we are also going to DM him, so we'll see if that can work. And we also got a visit scheduled for him against Tulane. Now it's time for our pivotal game against North Carolina with their 86 overall and 4-2 record. It's a matchup between two ranked teams, and we already know the stakes with recruiting, and if we want to stay alive for the college football playoff, we really need to win this game. So hopefully the Piranhas come out with a tremendous effort today. On their first possession, North Carolina is already on a third down. They're going to drop back to pass and throw it quickly, and it's undercut beautifully there by Anthony Kaufman, making the big play on their first drive and getting it inside their red zone, and he's just frozen there, looking like he wants to be painted. Immediately inside the red zone as Anthony Kaufman puts us there, and we're going to start with a dump off for 6 yards.
Wants to go up top.
Peto is going to look, and he's going to fire it short for the first down to Sharon White Jr. From the 4-yard line. It's going to be pressure up the middle, and we're going to fumble, but thankfully they don't pick it up, and our offensive lineman gets it and saves the day for us. They brought in tremendous pressure in that time, and we just couldn't handle it. After that near disaster, it's 2nd down and goal from the Piranhas from the 18-yard line. Peto is going to take the hand, and he's just going to run it up the middle, truck a man, and then slide down. So nice call there by the offensive coordinator to get our guy using his legs.
But it's 3rd and goal.
Peto is going to toss it quickly, and Connor Hodge is there to make the reliable catch, and he is in the end zone, and it's going to be 7-0 for the Peteytown Piranhas, and just nice bounce back after the near disaster on that fumble, and the Piranhas just fought back and got themselves into the end zone. After our touchdown drive, both offenses couldn't really do anything, so North Carolina's back out here on offense. And they got some time, but the time evaporates quickly as 3 guys get a hand on him for the sack there. 3rd down and a long way to go for North Carolina. They come out in an empty formation. Their quarterback is looking for something, and he's got a drag, but we drag him down before he can get the first down. Our defense gave us great field position, but our offense couldn't do anything with it, so North Carolina's back out here running some play action, and their quarterback is going to scramble by and get a big chunk play for the first down. Here's a handoff that's absolutely blown up in the backfield by George Emanuel. Here's a screen being set up for North Carolina. He's got space to move, and we're going to tackle him before he can get the first down, but he gets 11 on that play. 3rd down and 2 for the Tar Heels. They're going to change their play up a little bit here. They're going to go with a run, and they are going to get stuffed in the backfield by Charles Hardy. What a great play by our guy. Here's Peto, and he's going to get hit and fumble again. He's standing around the ball, and nobody's going to pick it up, and North Carolina is going to scoop it up and score, and that's just really unfortunate. Just didn't know where the ball was there, and North Carolina takes advantage to tie up the ball game. So both teams have a turnover now that have set up scores. Ours set up an offensive score, and they just took it over on defense to get themselves tied up in this ball game. Here's a handoff for Manu Ochi, and he's got the space he needs to get the first down. Here's an RPO slant, and Connor Hodge gets the separation he needs to get a chunk play. Peto is going to throw over the middle, and he's got a strike there. Nice throw from him to Sharon White Jr. 3rd and 2 for the Piranhas. We're going to get the outside route working beautifully on a beautiful route from Sharon White Jr. From the 20 now, just inside their red zone. We're going to go with a slant for Marcus Harris, and he's going to get us 9 yards. Evan Uzama dotting the I here as we're going to go with a run up the middle, and he's going to get the space he needs for the first down. And here's an RPO, and Alex Payne is going to get around the edge that he needs to, and he's going to get us into the end zone. So our offense is able to recover nicely after that scoop and score by North Carolina as they drive the length of the field, and Alex Payne is the one to finish it off.
depth chart is starting to look a
Here's a
little
run up the
monotonous.
middle, and he is going to get a nice chunk play for 7 yards on their first play. Motion here, and it's going to be a swing pass and an absolutely beautiful spin move that gets us out of our shoes for the first down. We're going to bring a blitz here. They pick it up nicely, and he delivers a strike to his receiver, and he is going to pull away for the long touchdown by North Carolina. Just their quarterback stood in the pocket there and delivered a strike, and their receiver took care of the rest, and they're going to tie this ball game right back up. After their long touchdown strike, our offense couldn't do anything with it, so North Carolina's back out here feeling their momentum now. They're going to throw a strike, and it's going to be intercepted, and that momentum goes away as Anthony Kaufman is going to get another one and return it very nicely. Anthony Kaufman, just an absolute weapon in zone coverage for us in the middle of the defense, and he makes a huge play to steal back that momentum. Here's Pito over the middle. We're going to get the catch for a solid gain. 3rd down and 2 here for the Piranhas, just inside their red zone. Pito's going to drop back, and we are going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be a dive into the end zone for Alex Payne. He gets into the end zone once again, so the Piranhas are able to capitalize on that Anthony Kaufman interception, and he's been creating points for us today with his play, and Alex Payne just showing off his athleticism here, and Pito showing off the accuracy. Here comes North Carolina with a read option, and they block it well as their quarterback has a lot of space to work with, and now that running game is kind of opening up for them as the middle of our defense looks a little vulnerable there. Here's a play action, and he's going to throw it, and it's going to be intercepted. He floated it out there, and you cannot do that against the Piranhas. And we're going to get a big return off of that. He is going to bring it all the way back for a touchdown for the Peteytown Piranhas. Daryl Hollis making a huge play on defense, and now both teams have a defensive score in this one, and just Daryl Hollis just jumping in there out of nowhere, coming in from where his zone was down low. He just read and caught that ball from the quarterback, who kind of just floated it out there and gave him a chance, and he brought it back. After that pick six, our defense got another stop, but we're out here on 3rd down with an empty formation. Pito's going to drop back, throw it over the middle, and we got our man over the middle to get the first down. Nice play by Marcus Harris. Here's a 3rd down and 10 opportunity for the Peteytown Piranhas. Pito's going to look and see what he's got, fires it outside, and it's going to be caught nicely there by Connor Hodge. Pito is standing there in the pocket, and he's got a beautiful corner route throw, just great accuracy there, and he's going to get it to Alex Payne, who's really made a big impact on this game. Empty formation here for the Piranhas. Pito is going to stand in the pocket and throw it, and it's going to be caught, and they just lost track of Alex Payne yet again, and that's going to be his 3rd touchdown of the game. Just a great game from our tight end. It's just the first half, and just somehow they lost track of him, and he was able to get open and make the play. Here comes North Carolina. They're going to throw it underneath as we were playing it deep, and they're going to get the first down easily. Here's a play action, and they're going to throw it over the middle, and their man has it, and he couldn't quite get around the edge there, but he got a big chunk play. Here's a throw deep over the middle, and their man got behind our defense for another big play. So North Carolina is not going to go away easy in this one, as they just delivered a strike over our heads for the big touchdown. 49 seconds left, all 3 timeouts left for the Peteytown Piranhas. Pito is going to get sacked as he just absolutely manhandles our offensive line and just collapses onto our quarterback. We're not going to use the timeouts as we're going to let it drop down, see what Pito does here. He's a little scared in the pocket. He's going to throw it, and he's going to throw an interception, and North Carolina is going to get tackled with 0 seconds left, so thankfully he doesn't return it for a touchdown, but that's just a dangerous thing you never want your quarterback to be doing, but we're going to get away with the mistake. Offense is going to get the first crack at it for the second half, but it's 3rd down and 9. Pito is going to get sacked right up the middle with pressure they brought, and we are going to have to punt it away. And we are going to get a sack there, thankfully, and that's going to be Charles Hardy making the sack. So after they got a stop on defense, North Carolina had a beautiful field position, but Charles Hardy made it a little bit more difficult as he's going to push them back. 3rd down and very long for North Carolina. Really need to get off the field. We're going to go with the screen, and we're going to be all over it and keep them out of field goal range. Great punt by North Carolina is going to put it on a dangerous position, but we're able to run out of there for 9 yards. Here's a little motion now for Connor Hodge. Pita is looking, and he's going to dump it off to him just enough for the first down. And here's going to be a slant to Marcus Harris off the RPO. Good read there by Pita. 3rd and 8 now for the Piranhas. Pita is going to take the snap. He's going to drop back. Pressure is up the middle, and it's just like we let him through with no resistance, as that's his 3rd sack of the game. So interior of our offensive line is not really doing the job as far as protecting our quarterback. After the defensive stop, they get another great punt, and it's going to be a danger situation here for the Piranhas again with field position. We're going to get it out to Connor Hodge, and he gets us a little bit out of that danger zone. 2nd down and 5 here. Pito is going to drop back. This time he's going to have the protection, and we have a man wide open there in the middle of their zones. It's going to be Connor Hodge making the play. RPO slant to Marcus Harris. He was double covered, but that didn't matter on the 9-yard gain. Here's a handoff for Evan Uzama, and he pushes him off of him, and he's going to fight for the first down nicely. Piranhas were pushing the ball a little bit, but they're on a 3rd down and 10 here. They're sending a blitz. The blitz is going to get home and hit our quarterback before he could get rid of it. Here's a fake draw, and it's going to be a sack for Jordan Crawford. So that play action, I thought it was going to be a draw, but they pulled it for the play action, and Jordan Crawford wasn't fooled as he gets into the backfield and brings their quarterback down. Time ticking away here in the 3rd quarter. It's 3rd down and 17 for North Carolina. They're going to drop back. We got a big rush there by Charles Hardy. He just beat his man immediately, and that's how the 3rd quarter is going to end. See if our offense can change their fortunes here so far in the second half, but haven't been able to really do anything. 2nd down and 9. Pito is going to throw it over the middle, and it's caught for an 8-yard gain. 3rd down and 1. Really got to have it here for the Piranhas. Pito is going to drop back. He is going to scramble to the left, and he is going to just get enough for the first down and move the sticks. And we are going to scramble with Pito, and he's going to fire over the middle for a wide open man, and I wouldn't say wide open, but he got the separation we needed to get it into their red zone. From the 14-yard line, Pito is going to throw it outside and hit our man, and he's going to get 9 yards on that one. Nice job. 2nd and inches for the Piranhas now. Pito is looking, and it's going to be a short route, and he is open there. We found where they weren't covering, and it's going to be Sharon White Jr. in the end zone. He's had a very nice day making some key catches, so glad he got rewarded there with a touchdown, and we're going to go up 3 scores on the North Carolina Tar Heels. Desperation mode now for North Carolina. They're going to hit their man, and he's able to run for some extra yards. After moving the sticks, North Carolina's on a 3rd down and 5. They're audibling to something else, and they got bunched to the right. They're going to drop and throw it outside, and we're there. Sticky coverage on that one. 4th down and 4 from the 40-yard line. They are scrambling around. They're going to hit their man, and he's going to get what they need and more as he's sprinting along the sideline into our territory. 3rd and 11 here. We're going to see them drop back, and they're open, but we force it out, and the force out is going to be intercepted off the tip, and that is going to be Jordan Robinson making the pick. Just right place at the right time for our guy, and the Peteytown Piranhas are looking really good right now as we're going under 7 minutes left with a 21-point lead. After that interception, it's 3rd down and 4 for the Piranhas. We are going to hand it off, and Uzama's going to get around the edge and get the block he needs to spring him for some more yards. This is going to be a swing out there for Evan Uzama, and he's got space to work, and he's going to get the 1st down. 3rd down and 8 for the Piranhas. We're going to drop back with Peto, throwing it outside, and it's not going to be really that close. We're going to give Manuel Amador a chance at a 52-yard field goal here. He's going to send it, and he is going to put it through. So Manuel just being pretty solid there, and he's going to give us the 45-21 lead over North Carolina. And at this point, I feel safe just letting this one ride out. So the Piranhas put the finishing touches on their big 45-21 victory over North Carolina. Just a very good all-around effort from the guys, picking each other up, defense causing turnovers and getting into the backfield, the offense finishing off drives, and even though the second half things were a little bit slow, they still managed to make enough plays in this one, and we got a signature victory here for the Peteytown Piranhas. Looking at the stats, you would think this game was a lot closer than it ended up being, as we had 377 yards to their 327, and we had 48 rushing yards while they only managed 16. Passing the ball was where both of these teams excelled today, as we had 329 to their 311, while they were only 1 of 13 on 3rd down, so that's just tremendous job by our defense, while we were 7 of 15. This game was really won in the turnover battle, as they had 4 turnovers and we only had 2. Peta had a bit of an up and down game, definitely more up than down, as he had 329 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception. But he was also sacked 6 times, which you don't love, and he had the fumble that they scooped up for a touchdown. So really 2 turnovers from our quarterback in this one of them resulting in points directly from their defense. So, you know, it's a mixed bag for sure. On the ground, Evan Uzama led the way modestly with 10 carries for 46 yards. Sharon White Jr. was our leader on receiving with 9 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown, while Connor Hodge had 8 for 76 and a touchdown, and Alex Payne was a big reason why we won this game with 6 catches, 74 yards, and 3 touchdowns. George Emanuel was a big factor on defense with 11 tackles and 2 tackles for a loss, while Charles Hardy had 10 tackles and 5 tackles for a loss. Charles Hardy also led us in sacks with 3.5, while Byron Leon got 1.5, and Jordan Crawford had 1, and then Jake Arkin had half a sack. And then this is where a big impact was felt, as Anthony Kaufman had 2 great interceptions, while Jordan Robinson got 1 off the tip, and then Darryl Hollis had that big 64-yard pick 6 that was really big in the game and helped us really separate. And then Manuel Amador hit his only field goal for 52 yards. After that win against North Carolina, we got Calvin Session to join our linebacking group. We also got 5-star free safety Pat Missouri to join the squad, so that was a tight battle that we ended up pulling out. Anthony Kaufman was recognized for his great game against North Carolina with American Defensive Player of the Week. Of course, we couldn't get all the recruits to commit to us, as Nathan Rhodes decided to go with Georgia, and D'Angelo Sandy went to Alabama. Our only other recruiting update is that we tried the sway on Danny Gage, but it did not work. So we're just going to go with his original hard sell with a D+ grade mixed in. Now it's time for our final game of the episode against the 2-6 UTSA Roadrunners, and they're 67 overall. Peta is dropping back. He's going to be pressured up the middle, and he fumbles it, but they can't quite pick it up, and our offensive lineman is going to pick it up, so nearly a disaster on that play, and really should have been a disaster if that defender had some hands on him, but the Piranhas will avoid that. 3rd and 21 after that fluky play. Peta is going to take it and try to air it out. He's going to get it to the side, and we are going to punt this one away. UTSA's got great field position to start this drive as they're near the 50, and they are going to go with a draw up the middle that we weren't prepared for, and we're going to tackle them just before the first down line. Third down in inches here for the Roadrunners. They're going to go with a pass, and it's tight, and they are not going to complete it thanks to good coverage by Anthony Kaufman. They're going to go for it here on fourth down in inches. They're going to try a toss play, and they are able to block us out of the way, and they got a lane now, and he gets it all the way into our red zone. So well-executed toss play on fourth and inches for UTSA. Third down and 1. They're going to go with the run, and they're going to split us, and they are not going to quite get into the end zone as we fought them down, but they are super close now. First down and goal now for the Roadrunners. They're on the inch line. They are going to hand it to their running back, and he is going to fight his way into the end zone, and they are going to take the early 7-0 lead on us. So got a little bit of a fight on our hands against the underachieving Roadrunners this season. After UTSA's touchdown, both offenses couldn't really do anything, but our offense is threatening here on third down and 10 on their side of the 50. Peta is going to drop back, throw it, and he has an accurate ball there to Alex Payne with a nice completion, and we're going to get the first down. After that conversion to Alex Payne, we're on a third down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Pito is looking to see what he's got. He's going to find a crosser, and he's going to break free, and Sharon White Jr. is going to get us into the end zone. Just well-executed play there. Our offensive line gave Pito enough time for Sharon White Jr. to make his way across the formation, and we are going to get a touchdown out of it. After our touchdown, we force them off the field on a 3-and-out, so our offense is back on the field on a third down situation. Pito is going to throw an accurate ball and hit Marcus Harris on a contested catch for the first down. Looking at a third down and 3 for the Piranhas as Sharon White Jr. goes in a little motion to the other side of the field. We're going to toss the slant to Connor Hodge, and he makes the secure catch to push the sticks. Third down and 6 here for the Piranhas. Evan Uzama is going to go in an orbit motion to the other side of the field. Pito is going to look and fire it over to him, and he's got the space he needs, and he's going to get it inside their 10-yard line. So well executed by the Piranhas and Evan Uzama, and we're going to be threatening again. We're going to start with a throw, and it's going to be out to Alex Payne. Got him a little late on that one. He might have been able to score if we got him earlier, but he's going to put us on the 1-yard line. We're going to try a bubble, and Connor Hodge is going to carry a man into the end zone for the touchdown as the Piranhas are going to take the 14-7 lead. Here's a run to the outside for UTSA. They get the blocks that they need, and he gets around the edge, and he is sprinting away now, and he is going to get himself into the end zone, just using his great speed on that one. Byron Leon did all he could, but just not fast enough to catch their running back, and UTSA is going to tie it up at 14. Finding ourselves in a shootout in this one against UTSA so far, and we're going to try a play action, and we're going to get Connor Hodge free for the first down. Will be that play action again here on the next set of downs, and this time Connor Hodge will make the catch for 9 yards. Second and 1, it's going to be a little RPO. It's going to be the pop pass, and Alex Payne is going to get a lot of yards. Couldn't quite get past their safety on that one, but he is going to get us to their 26-yard line. Well executed by the Piranhas. Third and 3 for the Piranhas now. Peta is going to drop back, throw it quickly, and we are going to get Alex Payne easily for the first down. Second and 5, we're going to go with a throw, and Connor Hodge makes the contested catch, and he's still breaking tackles. That's actually Marcus Harris on that catch. Just a wild one for him, but he's going to get it within the 1-yard line. Third and goal, empty formation for the Piranhas. It's going to be a run from Peta, and they are going to stuff that out as well, and we got a decision to make. The decision is to go for it from Petey Previtt. So the Piranhas are going to send our man in motion. It's going to be a toss, and it's wide open for Manu Ochi to get in there. He had a little escort toss there, and he had absolutely all the room in the world he needed, and he's going to put us up 21-14. Defense gets a quick 3 and out on UTSA after our touchdown, so we're out here coming out in empty formation. Peteytown's looking, and he's going to find Connor Hodge for a short gain. Penalty pushes us back to 2nd down and 13. We're going to send Evan Uzama in a little bounce motion. We're going to fake it to him on the play action and throw it in between some guys, and Connor Hodge makes the catch, breaks a tackle, and gets it inside their 30-yard line. That was a needle that needed to be threaded by Peto, and he threaded it nicely. 3rd down and 2 for the Piranhas. Peto is looking. In the face of pressure, he's going to get it out, but it's going to be coming back again as we got a flag on Manu Ochi. Kind of fighting ourselves now as we had that other penalty, and it's going to be 3rd down and 12 for the Piranhas. Peto is looking to see what he's got. He's got a hitch route to Nick Cummins, but it's not enough for the 1st down. That's going to send out Manuel Amador for what looks to be a 41-yard kick. He's going to put it up, and it is through the uprights, so the Piranhas battle themselves on that drive with a couple of penalties, but we're going to go up 24-14. See what the Roadrunners can do in this end-of-half situation. They're on 2nd down. They're going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be a nice toss from their quarterback, a nice catch to give them the 1st down. UTSA is trying to throw again, and this time our pass rush is finally going to get home as Charles Hardy finishes it off. After the sack, it's 3rd down and 17 for UTSA. They're going to try another throw. They're going to try a deep ball here, and we got man there, and it is incomplete. A few guys had a chance at it, but we are going to get off the field. Piranhas have somewhat of a chance to make something happen with 3 timeouts and 34 seconds left. Peto is going to fire a dart, and it's inside the window that he needed to... I couldn't really tell who that was, but good catch. And we are just letting it run down. Peto is going to throw an interception, and it's not going to matter, thankfully, but really didn't need that. But Peto's just going to add another interception to his total at the end of the half today. Each offense not really doing much in the 2nd half so far, and this is our 2nd offensive possession as we're on a 2nd down and 9 in their territory. Peto's running away from the pressure, and it's going to get to him again and put us on a 3rd and long. After the sack, it's 3rd down and 18 as Peto is looking. He's going to fire, and it's going to be his 2nd interception of the game. So just trying to make something happen, but UTSA makes the play, and it kind of just acts as a punt, but we're gonna give the ball up to the Roadrunners yet again. After the interception, I said it was like a punt, but it's really not, as they have pretty good field position, but we are going to battle back on that field position as Byron Leon gets a sack, and that's going to put him on a 3rd down and long. 3rd and 15 for the Roadrunners, thanks to Byron Leon, as they're going to try to see what they can do. Send their man in motion. They're going to try a screen to their wide receiver, but we are there to bring him down. Thanks to the defense for picking up Peteytown on that last possession, and he's going to drop back and throw to Connor Hodge, who makes a contested catch for 6 yards. Peto's going to find our man on a little tiny post route off an RPO to Sharon White Jr. In their territory now, really need to come away with points to put some separation between us, and we're going to get James Bickley on a nice little flat play, and he's going to take it for a 1st down. From the 24 now, it's 2nd down for the Piranhas. We are going to go with an RPO, and it's going to be the pop pass that's floated in the air, and Alex Payne comes down with it to put us on the 7-yard line. And here's Alex Payne, and he's going to get in there for the end zone as we block them up nicely on the peak flat play. And Alex Payne is really having a nice day for us today. And the Piranhas are going to go up 31-14 on UTSA. Run up the middle, and they're going to get the gap that they need, and their running back is free again, and he is going to score unless Daryl Hollis can get him. He cannot. He did not get the angle that he needed, and their running back is in there for his 2nd long touchdown of the game. He's just been really killing us, just well blocked there by them. And I was going to say our defense has responded well after giving up his first long touchdown, but there they just gave up another one. So UTSA is just not going away in this one as they're going to be down 10. 3rd down and 6 for the Piranhas. Pito is going to drop back and fire it over the middle in between 2 defenders. He's got Evan Uzama making the tough catch. A couple of runs only get us 3 yards, so it's 3rd down and 7 for the Piranhas. Pito is going to drop back. He's got some pressure, and he's going to throw on the run, and it's going to be complete, and he breaks a tackle. Alex Payne with a tremendous effort there, and almost thought they were going to get us off the field there, but Alex Payne made sure that we stayed out there as he moves the sticks. Pito is dropping back. The pressure's coming through, and they're going to crunch him down in between 2 defenders. Only a 1-yard loss, thankfully, but still behind the sticks now. After that sack on 1st down, it's 3rd down and 11 for the Piranhas. Pita is going to drop back, and he is going to fire with pressure in his face. Connor Hodge comes back to the ball and fights his way for the 1st down nicely. Here's a little pop pass, and Alex Payne is free, and he's going to get into the end zone yet again, and he continues his huge game for us. They just have not really responded when we've done the pop passes, and Pita and Alex Payne are taking advantage of it, and that time it went into the end zone for an easy touchdown for the Piranhas. Here's a rollout. He stops the rollout and throws it away. No, he doesn't throw it away. He makes a great catch on the sideline. Wow, I just thought he was throwing that ball away, but their receiver was there to make the play. Play action. They're going to toss it into the seam, and we had 4 defenders there, but he somehow fit that one in there. In action again for UTSA. Some pressure's coming his way, and we're going to take him down. He almost got rid of it, but Charles Hardy is able to bring him down for the 3rd sack of the game for the Piranhas, and that's going to be Charles Hardy's 10th sack of the season. We're going to bring a blitz here, and they're going to fire it where the blitz is coming from, but we're going to make the tackle. 3rd down and 6 for the Road Runners. Really need to make this conversion to try to stay in this ball game, down 3 scores. They're going to go with the pass. We're bringing some pressure. It doesn't get home, and that's going to leave a man free in the flat, and he's going to get the 1st down. Run up the middle, and they are going to get it easily again, and we're going to have to try to come up with a stop in the red zone. A couple TFLs lead to 3rd down and 14 for the Road Runners. They're going to drop back, see what they got, throws it, and it's knocked away nicely. Darryl Hollis with the nice coverage. Down 3 scores. They need points here, so they're going to bring out the field goal unit for the 34-yard field goal, and it is going to be good. Got that animation that could lead to a block or a penalty, but somehow our guy held up before committing the penalty, thankfully. So the field goal is going to count, and it's going to be 38-24 for the Piranhas. After their field goal, our offense couldn't really do anything, so we're back out on defense, and our guys are swarming for a TFL. 3rd down and 9 for UTSA. They're pointing out some checks, and they're going to go with the play-action pass. Over the middle, their man is open, and he's got the big reception to get him near midfield. 3rd down and 11 for UTSA. Really need this one. They're going to drop back, throw it to their man short, and it's going to go nowhere. And the flag is going to be on them, so we'll probably just decline that. We decline the penalty, so it's going to be a 4th down try for UTSA. They're going to try the pass, and it is going to be knocked away as 2 guys converged on him, and the defense comes up with the stop. After that big defensive stop, we're here on 3rd down and 6 with 5 minutes left in this game. Pito is dropping back, and it's going to be a flag on them for sure, yeah. You could see that there was some contact there, and their defense is going to get called for pass interference on a big 3rd down play. Penalty gives us a new set of downs from their 40-yard line. It's going to be a play action, and over the middle we have our man. Nice throw from Pita, and we're going to get the 1st down. UTSA is lined up offside, so we're just going to get a free penalty thanks to College Football 26. And Evan Uzama is going to take it for the 1st down, so we didn't even need that penalty. And we're going to move the sticks again. From the 7-yard line, the Piranhas have a chance to just put this one away. Pito is going to step up, and he is going to take it, and he had all the room in the world to his left, but he decided to run it into the defenders to make it a second down. Third down and goal, setting up our favorite goal line passing play here off the RPO, and it's going to get wide open, and Sharon White Jr. is going to get the touchdown, and he is effectively going to put this game away for the Peteytown Piranhas, as we're going to go up 3 scores with just a few minutes left in this game. So the Peteytown Piranhas finish off their 45-24 victory over UTSA. Just a big passing day there for Pita, as you can see. And our defense didn't have a lot of resistance to their ground game, but we were able to do what we could on defense to get the stops that we needed for our offense. And our offense, outside of a couple of turnovers, really executed well today. So very nice job by the Piranhas getting this 3-score victory. It was an offensive sort of day in this one against UTSA, as we had 529 yards to their 400. We managed 47 yards on the ground while they had 201 for 3 touchdowns. Through the air, we had 482 yards to their 199, while we were 11 of 18 on third down, and they were 5 of 16. And it was one of those times where we committed more turnovers than them, but we still managed to get the victory anyway, so nice job by our guys rebounding from mistakes to get the win. Pito was very busy through the air today, as he had 481 yards, 5 touchdowns, and those 2 interceptions, but kind of chalk those interceptions up to him just trying to make a play at the end of the half and then on a third and very long situation. And then he was also sacked 4 times. Not a lot to speak about in the running game, but Evan Uzama led us with 8 carries and 34 yards. Alex Payne was a beast today on the receiving end with 10 catches, 149 yards, and 2 touchdowns, while Connor Hodge was behind him with 10 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown. And Sharon White Jr. had 7 for 79 and 2 touchdowns. And Evan Uzama, while he didn't have a lot of rushing yards, he was very effective through the air for us with 3 catches and 70 yards. On defense, Anthony Kaufman had 10 tackles, while Jordan Robinson had 10 tackles and 3 tackles for a loss. For sacks, Charles Hardy and Byron Leon each had 1.5 sacks, while Jordan Crawford had 1. Manuel Amador hit his only kick of the day for 41 yards. So that is going to do it for this episode. In the next episode, we are going to be closing out our regular season with games against Iowa State, Tulane, and Temple. I'll see you guys in the next video.